Greetings. If you like these daily crypto analysis videos, hit the like button and subscribe. Please share these videos with your friends to help the channel grow. I'm CryptoSnake, back again to discuss some Bitcoin analysis. So, a lot of people are saying this pump is running out of gas, and personally I'm not so sure. And I'll lay out exactly why I think we still have a little bit more room to grow here. So starting out on the 1-day chart here, we are actually about to break the 1-day cloud here, which normally gives a nice residual pump. And as you can see, the Kijun-sen is still elevating here with the Tenkan-sen. It is actually increasing in the degree of its climb here, and it hasn't actually decreased or started to plateau here, which is very, very bullish. The SAR is still moving in a very bullish pattern here. We haven't posted any bearish SAR dots here, which basically indicates the overall trend of where we're going on the daily chart. If we go ahead back to the Chikou span here, you can see that we did actually break through the cloud here, which is very, very bullish. It is above price. If we do break through the Kijun-sen and Tenkan-sen here, I will expect a sizable pump to come. Also, if we take a look down at the RSI down here, you can see that we did break this resistance area, and we still have quite a lot of room to grow here. We have about 7 points on the RSI to grow. We are a little overbought, but it will normally trend up to the peak before actually breaking down and resetting the trend. Also, for those of you that don't know, when we go into a bullish trend, the RSI tends to extend over the 70 before pulling back down. So overall, we still do have quite a bit of room to grow here. Now, I did actually put up this bullish wedge here, and the price has been respecting it pretty well on the 1 day. Actually, if we go down to the 4-hour chart here, you can see the price action yesterday basically peaked and tapped the top of the wedge before breaking down. This caused a whole lot of panic with a lot of people, which is why a lot of people started posting up bearish videos saying that, oh, the price is going to dip, this is the end of the pump, is this the end? This was actually kind of expected because we pumped so much higher than the Kijun-sen here. Pullback was almost necessary, and as you can see, we did actually bump off the top of the wedge here and break back down. We may go back up and test the top of this wedge again. But one of the main reasons that I think we are still moving in a bull trend here and we are not at the peak yet is because of this 4-hour RSI here. As you can see, the last time we hit 70, which is where we are now, which I'm expecting a small pullback here, the RSI is lowering while the price is rising. So the last time we hit 70, our price point was 72.49, and now we've gone up almost $50 to 7,300 to hit the same RSI level. So I do believe that we do still have some room to grow here. We're going to test this RSI quite a few times before eventually breaking through. And also bullish is we are actually respecting the Kijun-sen here. We haven't had any candles post through it. If we do have a candle post through, that will likely be a reversal of the trend. And the SAR dot here actually is meeting up with the Tenkan-sen, so the Tenkan-sen and Kijun-sen may start rising here as well. But I will say it is starting to plateau a little bit here on the 4-hour, which is very, very slightly concerning. But overall, I'm still leaning very, very bullish. Going down to the 1-hour chart here, you can see that the Chikou span is still above price. We did actually respect the Tenkan-sen here, and we have been bouncing up, elevating off of the Tenkan-sen here, so I would expect that to continue on the 1-hour. So before I get on with the rest of my technical analysis here and lay out some price targets, if you would like to join my free Telegram for insights on the market, including Bitcoin, altcoins, and a sneak peek to my personal entries and exits, join t.me/CryptoSnakePit. Links directly to the chat and a link on how to install Telegram, which is a free chat program that I use to communicate with my VIPs, in the description below. Also, in our VIP group, I have just given out a list of entries for this week on potential altcoin pumps, and we have been capitalizing on Bitcoin's sideways movements, pulling 25% gains on ZRX, 20% on WON, 7% on Game, and 10% on ADA. If you want information on how to get into the VIP group to be part of these trades, the information is also in the description below. So back to the 1-day chart here, as I laid out, we are very likely to respect this trend. Kijun-sen is elevating, and we are very likely to trend through this wedge. So I might expect a tap up here at the top of the wedge before breaking back down to test this upper resistance level at 74.16. And I do believe we are going to actually trend up to 74.16. As we're basically in relative no man's land right now, the price is in the middle of both the resistance and support line, and the indicators are moving overall bullish. So I do believe we may actually get a significant pump here as well. Normally when we break the cloud in the Ichimoku system here, we do get a residual pump. There's a lot of factors that go into that, but I do believe we are in a bullish territory here to actually break this because the Chikou span is above price. So I definitely think we will test the 74.15 resistance here. And if we do get a pump here that strikes through this 74.15 level with conviction, I do believe we are due for a ride up to the next resistance level at 77.35. I do believe that could be the peak of this pump. It's very likely that 74.15 could also be the peak of this if we do get rejected off this resistance line and break down. We may actually be going for a deeper dip here, but the indicators for me are telling me that we are very likely to smash through this resistance, go up to 77.20 and break back down, marking the peak of this bull pump. But as I just said, it is also possible that we could hit this 74.15 resistance, 74.20 give or take, and break back down as well. We will find some gradual support here on the top of the one-day cloud here, so we may actually just begin side trending and may mark the new low for Bitcoin to actually side trade through here, which would be very, very lucrative for the altcoin market. So let's go ahead and get on to the health of the market today. So Bitcoin dominance has been now trending between the 53 and 52%. As you can see here, we did peak out at 53%, got rejected back down, and we're starting to move down in a downward slope here, which is good for the altcoin market because that means that money is going to start funneling back into those altcoin positions. Bitcoin's market cap is still increasing. We went up another $2 to $3 billion, up to almost $238 billion. 24-hour volume is at 13.5 billion. Still looking very, very healthy. The altcoin market today is kind of a mixed bag with a lot of positions going up, a lot of positions going down, swinging 5% in either direction. This has a lot to do with the indecision on Bitcoin. People don't know if it's going up or if it's going down, so a lot of people are actually pulling some money out of the altcoin market and their coin positions to get into Bitcoin, getting ready to tether just in case. But this is also a really good time to pick up some discount altcoin positions and ride them up if you know which ones to pick. Onto some bad news for Ethereum miners here today. Ethereum developers basically had a phone call with their investors talking about Ethereum's difficulty and changing the cryptocurrency. And they basically decided that they were going to reduce the overall reward for Ethereum down from 3 Ethereum to 2 Ethereum. This is basically what's known as a difficulty bomb, where it reduces the amount of Ethereum gained per solving of the calculation. So while this is bad news for miners, this is very good news for Ethereum investors, because as there are less coins pumped into the market, the price becomes a little bit more stable, and it's basic inflation theory. You have less of the coin and more money being put into it. It makes those coins more valuable. So long term, I'm definitely bullish on Ethereum. If we go ahead and take a look at the Ethereum chart here, you can see why they made this decision. Ethereum has basically just been falling through the floor. ICOs have been dumping it. There's been a lot of panic and FOMO through it. So this is actually why they made that decision to change that. I do believe we found relative support here at the 0.039983 level, and we are fairly likely to continue back up, especially with Bitcoin pumping up. I think a lot of this was panic selling. I'm very likely to start adding some Ethereum to my portfolio because this coin has a lot of room to grow right now. I think it's still a healthy project. I use it mostly for transferring between exchanges. And if you take a look at the RSI down here, you can see we are way down in oversold territory here. Chica span has started to level off, and it's possible we could start a side trend here with the SAR moving bullish on the one day before starting another rise back up. Obviously, if the panic continues, the price may also drop as well, basically being deflated by ICOs dumping the coin. But overall, I'm still very bullish on Ethereum long term. So on to some more bullish news here. Bitcoin price loses 10% in August, but long-term bottom may be in. A lot of investors over at CoinDesk have believed we've hit our relative bottom because we haven't broken and secured a price below 6,000. We actually are producing higher lows, which indicates that we may have hit the bottom already. Obviously, if we do break down below 6,000, we are definitely going for a free fall. But so far, this is bullish news for this pump, and I'm really liking the nice natural pump here coming from Bitcoin. A lot of other investment gurus are saying that they don't like this pump, they don't like it, there's not enough volume here, but this is probably the most natural pump I've seen on Bitcoin since the dump. A lot of this is panic. You see these giant green candles here, up, down, up, down, up, down. And if we go and take a look at the Heiken Ashi here, you can see the money is still flowing into the market very heavily. In fact, we are increasing right now as far as the money flows. So I do believe a breakthrough to that next resistance line is still very likely. And overall, I'm very, very bullish on Bitcoin long term now. Just seeing this nice natural growth here, even if we do start trending down. I do believe for the rest of the year, we will start making some higher highs and higher lows and start trending back up towards that 20K number. And come January, we may actually be seeing 20K again. So before I wrap this video up, I just want to say good luck on your trades this week. Please join me in my free Telegram at t.me/CryptoSnakeBit, where I give up-to-the-minute updates on Bitcoin and my personal exits and entries for the private VIP group. Also included is our private VIP chat, where you can chat with many of our experienced savage traders, get personal technical analysis from me, and answer any questions you might have. This is CryptoSnake, signing off.